Welcome to Istanbul, the city where continents meet and history comes alive at every corner. As the first light of morning touches the waters of the Bosphorus and the call to prayer echoes softly across the skyline, the city awakens with a magical energy. Istanbul is not just a destination, it is a bridge between Europe and Asia, between ancient traditions and modern life. Our journey begins in Sultanahmet, the historic heart of the city. Standing before us is the magnificent Hagia Sophia, built in 537 AD during the Byzantine Empire. For nearly 1,000 years, it was the world's largest cathedral, later transformed into a mosque by the Ottomans, then a museum, and today once again a mosque. As you step inside, the massive dome appears to float above, surrounded by golden mosaics and elegant Arabic calligraphy. The atmosphere feels timeless, as if centuries of history are whispering through the walls. Just across the square stands the Blue Mosque, famous for its 6 slender minarets and stunning blue Iznik tiles that decorate its interior. Sunlight filters through stained glass windows, creating a peaceful glow. Visitors walk quietly across the soft carpets, experiencing the calm spiritual energy that fills the space. In Sultanahmet Square, every stone carries a story, reminding you that this city has witnessed empires rise and fall, yet continues to stand strong and welcoming. Leaving Sultanahmet, we descend beneath the city into the mysterious Basilica Cistern. This underground reservoir, supported by hundreds of marble columns, once supplied water to the Great Palace of Constantinople. Dim lights reflect on the still water, and the famous Medusa head carvings at the base of 2 columns add a sense of legend and intrigue. Emerging back into daylight, we make our way toward the Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world. With more than 4,000 shops, it feels like a vibrant maze of colors and sounds. Shopkeepers greet visitors warmly, offering Turkish tea and inviting them to explore handwoven carpets, sparkling jewelry, ceramics, spices, and leather goods. Bargaining here is part of the tradition, turning shopping into a cultural experience. Nearby, the Spice Bazaar fills the air with rich aromas of saffron, cinnamon, dried fruits, and freshly ground Turkish coffee. Mountains of colorful spices are arranged beautifully, creating a feast for the senses. As you walk through the narrow lanes, you realize that Istanbul is not only about grand monuments but also about daily life, the smiles of merchants, the laughter of children, and the rhythm of a city that has traded goods and stories for centuries. No visit to Istanbul is complete without experiencing the Bosphorus. Boarding a boat, we begin cruising along the strait that separates 2 continents. On one side lies Europe, on the other, Asia. Elegant Ottoman palaces such as Dolmabahce Palace line the shore, showcasing white marble facades and grand architecture. Historic wooden mansions known as yalis sit gracefully along the waterfront, reflecting the city's aristocratic past. The Bosphorus Bridge stretches high above, connecting continents in a single span, a powerful symbol of unity. As the boat glides over the shimmering water, seagulls follow closely, and the breeze carries the scent of the sea. This cruise offers a different perspective of Istanbul, revealing its skyline of domes and minarets rising above rolling hills. The city feels both vast and intimate at the same time. Watching fishermen casting their lines from the Galata Bridge, you sense the simple beauty of daily life blending with extraordinary history. Few cities in the world offer such a dramatic meeting of land, sea, culture, and time in one unforgettable journey. As the day continues, we explore the lively neighborhoods of Karakoy and Istiklal Street. Historic trams travel slowly down the avenue while crowds of locals and tourists fill the sidewalks. Street musicians perform lively tunes, and cafes spill out onto the pavement, creating a vibrant atmosphere. Istanbul's food scene is a highlight of any visit. From a simple simit, a sesame-covered bread ring sold by street vendors, to flavorful doner kebabs freshly sliced and wrapped in warm bread, every bite tells a story. Traditional meze dishes offer small portions of rich flavors, from creamy hummus to spicy ezme salad. For dessert, baklava layered with pistachios and soaked in sweet syrup melts in your mouth. Turkish tea, served in delicate tulip-shaped glasses, accompanies nearly every conversation, while strong Turkish coffee leaves a bold impression. Food here is more than nourishment, it is hospitality, culture, and tradition shared at the table. As evening approaches, the city's lights begin to glow, reflecting beautifully on the Bosphorus and creating a scene that feels both romantic and timeless. As the sun sets behind the skyline, we make our way to the top of Galata Tower for one final panoramic view. The sky turns shades of orange and pink, casting a golden glow over domes, minarets, bridges, and the shimmering sea. In this quiet moment, Istanbul reveals its true essence, a city of contrasts where ancient history meets youthful energy, where tradition lives side by side with innovation. From the grandeur of Hagia Sophia to the bustling energy of the Grand Bazaar, from peaceful mosques to lively streets filled with music and laughter, Istanbul leaves a lasting impression on every traveler. It is a city that invites you to explore deeper, to taste more, to listen carefully to its stories. Istanbul is not simply a place you visit, it is a feeling that stays with you long after you leave. As night falls and the call to prayer once again echoes through the air, we say farewell to this magnificent city, a timeless bridge between continents, cultures, and centuries. Until the next adventure, goodbye from the heart of Turkey. Leaving the pyramids behind, we explore the treasures of the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. Inside its grand halls lie thousands of ancient artifacts, including the golden mask of King Tutankhamun, shining brilliantly even after thousands of years. Each statue, scroll, and relic tells a story of gods, pharaohs, and powerful dynasties that once ruled along the Nile. The Nile River itself is the lifeline of Egypt, flowing steadily from south to north and nurturing civilizations for millennia. Without the Nile, Egypt would simply be desert. Boarding a traditional felucca sailboat, we glide peacefully along the river, watching palm trees sway gently in the breeze. The riverbanks reveal scenes of everyday life, farmers tending fields, children playing, and fishermen casting their nets. This timeless rhythm connects modern Egypt with its ancient roots. The Nile has always been more than water, it is survival, culture, and identity. As the sun reflects on its calm surface, you understand why ancient Egyptians worshipped it as a gift from the gods. Our journey continues south to Luxor, often called the world's greatest open-air museum. Here stand the magnificent temples of Karnak and Luxor, connected by the Avenue of Sphinxes. Massive stone columns rise toward the sky, covered in hieroglyphics that record victories, rituals, and royal achievements. Walking through these ancient halls feels like stepping back in time. Across the Nile lies the Valley of the Kings, where pharaohs were buried in elaborately decorated tombs hidden within desert mountains. Inside these tombs, walls are painted with colorful scenes of the afterlife, preserved remarkably well despite thousands of years passing. Each carving and symbol reflects the deep spiritual beliefs of ancient Egyptians, who prepared carefully for eternity. Standing inside these sacred spaces, you sense the power and mystery of a civilization obsessed with immortality. Luxor reminds us that Egypt's greatness was not only in its monuments but also in its vision of life beyond death. Beyond its ancient wonders, Egypt offers breathtaking natural beauty. The vast Sahara Desert stretches endlessly, with golden dunes shaped by the wind. A desert safari reveals dramatic landscapes, where silence dominates and the night sky sparkles with countless stars. In contrast, the Red Sea coastline presents crystal-clear waters filled with vibrant coral reefs and marine life. Divers from around the world visit cities like Sharm el-Sheikh and Hurghada to explore underwater worlds of extraordinary color and beauty. Egypt is a land of contrasts, harsh deserts and fertile riverbanks, ancient ruins, and modern resorts. In local markets, known as souks, the air fills with the scent of spices and grilled food. Vendors sell handmade crafts, lanterns, and traditional clothing. Egyptian cuisine delights visitors with dishes like koshari, falafel, and freshly baked flatbread. Every meal feels like a celebration of culture and hospitality.